viendo.
Players of Handball. My name is Dave Vincent alongside John Bike. As we catch pool one, round one, Nadi Alvarado Jr. up against Charlie Shanks, and our referee is Andy Nett. John, welcome to the booth.
Thank you, Dave. What an exciting start because of the way the seedings worked out with Alvarado and Brady nudging in at the 7 and 8 spots. We've got some crazy first-round matchups.
These first-round matchups are something we haven't seen this year. Andy did see it this year. They were crazy when they happened.
I just need to know what camera I am.
For example,
okay.
You look over at Dave Fink playing up against Show for the next round. That's round one as well. And then we have Luis Moreno and Andy Nett, which has become somewhat of a rivalry.
En aquel ni el chiste que por ¿dónde está la cámara de enfrente? En aquel hueco.
¿Sí hay cámara?
Ah, pero yo quepo ahí, como para la cámara negra.
No, nomás es esa, es una cajita. No hay...
Me apretó el Dave, me dijo, no, no hay manera.
We'll be back as the beginning of this match takes place here in just a few seconds with the announcement from Andy Nett. We're going to take a quick break in the booth, though. We'll stay right here on the show court. We'll be back in just a second. Stick with us.
It was off.
Agree with my call or disagree? Yep. Okay, here we go. First game 0, serving 0.
You heard that call from the referee, 0-0. That's a laser of a serve right there for Nadi Alvarado Jr. Just gets that baby right over the line, John. What a great way to start this match.
Yeah, 1, serving 0.
What, going back 20 years, Nadi Jr. loves this court. Probably his favorite three courts to serve on. He'll forget that. Of course, I'll bet Shanks will have some fun with that front wall as well.
Sí.
0, serving 1.
Right height, it's going to be hard to deal with. High. Surprise, yeah. Now she plays right through it.
Charlie looks back like, well, I know you raised your hand.
1, serving 0. Zero, serving 1.
Top of his game, not playing much.
Short serve.
This is going to be interesting. What he's the legendary Dave Gray would call this ideal training. That was way
side out.
Okay, so that was short. I'm not sure. I guess one of the linesmen disagreed.
1, serving 0.
Well, I thought it was pretty clearly short, but getting back to Nadi's preparation, he's from playing in the senior events and not going down to hell as often as he has. He's just been cruising through every game he's played, just unchallenged. In some ways, that's a good thing. See how it holds up against the top guys again. So
0, serving 1.
Got himself in a great groove by just destroying the plays.
1, serving 1.
All together at 1. It's a best 2 out of 3 to Robin win by 2. Picks up for Naughty, and that ball hits him. That was a unbelievable natural or something that Charlie hit there.
He's not seeing that in the senior division.
2, serving 1.
Getting back to what it's a round robin. It's not vitally important that the matches get played in the right order, but these two were finalists back in Houston just, what, 3 or 4 months ago.
3, serves 1.
And they're the opening round robin.
Same format used back in Houston. But in that one, it was a very close match. Almost went tiebreaker. Naughty loses that second game after losing
1, serving 3.
18 to 16.
A very high quality second.
Short. Second serve. Two, serving 3. No, yeah, yep, that's side out.
Side out. Naughty doesn't have a play on that one. Naughty not locked in on the serve. They've left another one up.
Three, serving 2.
Either guy locked in the serve, but Naughty doesn't get away with that one. I believe that's the second back wall now he's putting around in these early stages.
4, serving 2.
Score here is 40.
Better return for Alvarado.
Now he's got the full court.
Smart shot.
He may be 40, but he's still got the mind of that same Naughty that we've seen for the last 20 years here on the Pro Tour.
Absolutely.
Such a smart player.
Yep. Gaining experience and not losing a lot physically.
2, serving 4. Short. Field serve. 1 agrees.
Close calls on the linesmen have been split. We couldn't see that one try. It looked to me like it was going
Second
to be
serve.
short, and it disappeared behind Charlie's shirt. Takes a little off that fadeaway.
Three, serving 4.
Score is
High
3-4.
again.
Naughty got a hand on it, but was unable to get it back to the front wall. Charlie and Naughty are both just pounding this ball in there. I'm not sure if you.
Neither
4,
one
serving
quite
3.
locked in yet. Naughty, after a brilliant serve to open the match, has not hit another one anything like that. Shanks a little high on that one again, and this time Naughty makes him pay.
Three, serving 4. Hold it, play it again.
John, do you consider Naughty one of those players that plays close with his opponents?
Well, the only thing he does close is he will play the
3,
man
serving
on
4.
the guy's shot and get an experienced ref to give him a hinder. In general, I think he gives the appropriate amount of room, but after the ball's hit, he will definitely drift toward the
Second
player
serve.
if he thinks he can get a call out of it. This is a nice serve. If you're taking a little less power, a little more hook, has managed to keep the last few off the back wall.
4 serving 4.
Look at that, that's 2 of those. So you can play around and practice stuff like that when you're winning every match by 15 points.
Naughty gets that ball from Charlie Shanks.
5 serving 4.
Can you tell with all these years of playing Naughty if he's going to serve to the right or left off of body language alone?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you exactly
What it is?
I always get a good jump to the right, and the left is, I'm never outright fooled, but that's the one I get a later jump on sometimes. It's like if I'm not sure, it might be left. But
Is it something that you
you
know what it is? I know you're not going to share it, but is
4,
it something that you
5.
personally know, or is it just something you feel when you're in
it's
there?
got to be a feeling, because I was noticing that when we played in Salt Lake.
I'm going to play it over.
That's a good call.
This is
I
terrible
was going
comparison.
the right way.
A terrible comparison, but I've been playing Luis Moreno a lot down at the club, and
That's very accurate.
Four.
he can
Serving 5.
fool you so much on either way. He does these head fakes, and then all of a sudden I got in a groove of about 5 serves in a row where I all of a sudden picked them all up, and I couldn't understand what it was that I was feeling, but I couldn't describe it to somebody how to do it.
Yeah, probably just the amount of repetitions, and
5 serving 4.
give us some credit for learning. So Shanks again too high in the serve, and Naughty not taking advantage. Come back with his own serve too high.
That's a GoPro camera wide angle fisheye look from the front wall, which I don't think anyone's ever tried to do before, but we're doing it here at this tournament.
4 serving 5.
I like it. I mean, I think anyone with experience who roughly knows what dimensions should be would love getting to see more of the court like this. We can kind of compensate.
Naughty back to the roof. Charlie skips that in.
Boy, this game is just itching to be taken by somebody. Whoever finds his serve first. Know what I'm saying?
5 serving 4.
Well, it seems like they both kind of have little bouts of having good serves.
Yeah, no one's strung 2 together in a row yet. I should talk, but I'm a commentator now.
5 serving 4.
Score is 5-4. Naughty in the lead.
Short.
Naughty's only lost to Charlie one
Second serve.
time, and that was this year in January at the Houston race stop, where he lost in a very close finals match.
Yeah, I've got a lot to say about how these pools shook out for him. And right, he lost once to Shanks, 4th match for each of them. He's spotting him 10 years, so he's got to feel good about this being his toughest match on paper, and it is a winnable match. And Lenning, Moreno, and Brady in the other pool. And those
6
are the
serving
guys
4.
that he hasn't been able to deal with lately.
Short.
So the door is definitely open for Naughty here. Peixote has also
serve.
beaten Naughty. Fink's beaten him, but compared to Luis, Sean, and Paul, I think Naughty's got to like where he ended up here.
Naughty knows how to make these guys run, John. I mean, he was, I wouldn't say in complete control of that rally, but I think you know what I mean. When
Definitely in control of his own purpose and very, very clear-minded. I mean, a player of Charlie's power and skill can take him off it, but Naughty's not going to beat himself at all, it looks like.
Naughty dives in, flips the ball into that right corner. Charlie then goes in and hits a power ball right down the middle of the court. Naughty knows that Charlie's turned to the left, so he pushes it hard right into Charlie, so he has to turn around to the right to hit it. And all that movement back and forth, you know, it wears on you, and it's no surprise that we're asking for a towel and these guys are both breathing really hard.
Yeah, well-constructed point, and right, it started to, that gritty way again. Nadi scrambling just to get back into it, and then turning it all the way around and winning the rally.
Got 7 serving 4.
Score 7-4. Nadi in the lead with a laser serve right there. That one hits the crack.
Excellent shot by Nadi.
Charlie just looks a little, not tentative, but almost like he's overplaying every shot.
Yeah, he's definitely not in his groove yet, and that seeing the draw that Nadi's match with Shanks is going to be the very first one of the day. That's just another thing that plays into the
8,
hands of the
serving
experienced
4.
player. He's been in more rodeos. Shanks, the immense pressure of the #1 seed. Won't say it bothers him, but passed it a little bit.
It's kind of the party ball there.
Good shot there.
Charlie has proven to be one of the game's very best at that revolving door shot.
Four serving 8.
Charlie Shanks 4. Nadi's got 8. Wow.
Yeah, it's the thing, a 4-point lead with Charlie, that might be 5 swings of his right arm. You know, we saw that in that incredible Moreno match in Denver. Certainly can score points in a hurry.
5 serving 8.
I could have even seen Nadi burning one of his timeouts there after that last point.
Yeah, one more like that and it'll be a no-brainer. He'll have to.
Well, Charlie's feeling it
6
now,
serving
John.
8.
That's 3 swings for 2 points. High there. That's 5 swings for 3 points. So I thought he'd get 4 and 5 swings. But and I agree with you. This is an ideal time for a timeout.
Now Charlie's got all of the confidence, even though I think he overhit that last ball, but he just happened to hit a crack in the
7
back
serving
corner.
8.
Wow, nice shot from Nadi. Alvarado goes over the top of that ball, puts Charlie in the back court. You're watching the Players' Championship with the World Players of Handball in Seattle, Washington, at the historic Washington Athletic Club. Throughout the years, John Bike, there's been so many great tournaments up here, and not just only one of the biggest of all time, headed by Margie and Jim Pashot with the Pro Handball Association showdown that they had up here, but also other tournaments that have been up here throughout the years. I know that you've traveled to the Great Pacific Northwest many times with this club, and I know you've played on these courts. Where does this facility itself rank itself amongst all those other places that you've traveled around?
Best of all time. I mean, no, I'll tell you one thing, though. They had a whole
serving 7.
round of these tournaments before I was around, when Nadi Sr. and Gordy Pfeiffer and them were doing it.
Short.
And then I had about a 10-year run here in the 90s, and it's still going strong.
Both
It's just
agree?
incredible. Beautiful court, people who know what they're doing up here, running things. I mean, it's
Second
a
serve.
heck of a place to come play at.
Courts are really bright too, and the concrete. I'm sure your ball just flew up here.
Yeah, I distinctly remember distinct memories of lots of matches here, coming down to feeling so great when you're locked in that height to if you're a tiny bit off, it's just too fast and you better adjust.
9 serving 7.
It could have been short.
From the
saw
go
good.
cam, it did look short.
I thought.
Charlie's appealing his skid. I didn't see it. I didn't see
Or
a
skid.
slide.
Oh, he's appealing a slide over there, but
You saw a slide?
I saw the ball
both saw-
short from
they
this
both
angle,
saw
but this
slide, both
GoPro,
of
you
them.
never know. It's a
Both
fisheye.
See, I don't like this at all, and Charlie does the same
Okay.
thing. These guys have that live arm reverse into that wall, and it's hard for us to see with that particular
Score is
distorted
9
camera angle,
serving
but
7.
I know Nadi and Charlie will make the ball act funny there on their own.
And Luis Moreno does too, and he has this new thing he's been doing where he's jamming the ball about 8 inches high on that side wall with
Ball don't lie, David. I'm
10
sorry.
serving
with the
7.
reverse, and it looks like it's sliding, but in reality it's just that he's hopping the sidewall. I mean, if you can hop the ball off the front wall
Short. Didn't make it.
and you can hop the ball when it hits the ground off the front wall, then why couldn't
Yeah.
you hop it on the sidewall?
You just saw Nadi hit the wall first with his perfectly timed reverse, and it just totally handcuffed
11
Charlie.
serving
And that's,
7.
and that's no slide.
Oh, I like that serve right there, even though it didn't result in an ace.
He's within a few inches of his target now, so that bodes well for him. Now it's Charlie's turn.
You got two of the best servers in all of professional handball on the court right now. Charlie Shanks, the #1 player in the world, up against Nadi Alvarado, who's the 8th seed in this tournament.
Over, yep.
I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me here in the booth, our glassed-in booth here. I thought I saw the local hero David Griner walking by, but it was actually Paul Brady.
Timeout, Charlie.
They look identical.
2 timeouts is first.
I had dinner with him the other night thinking it was Dave, and I was bad-mouthing Paul Brady.
Two 30-second timeouts.
It actually ended up being Paul
It
Brady.
was Paul. Ouch. I could see that happening, though.
I said, oh, you traveled here with Nadi, and he just kind of smiled, and I thought, oh, okay. You're watching the WPH Race for 8 season finale, the Players' Championship at the Washington Athletic Club. My name is Dave Vincent, alongside John Bike. This is the opening round, the first match of the tournament so far, where Charlie Shanks, our #1 player in the world, our #1 seed, also going up against the 8th seed, Nadi Alvarado, in this Pool 1, Round 1. There's 2 pools, Pool 1, Pool 2. Both of them have 4 players. It'll be a round robin. That means 3 matches per player in each pool. And the winner of each pool will then play each other for first place. Those that took second place in each pool will be playing for 3rd and 4th, and so on.
Again, 7.
It's an outstanding
Serving
format
11.
to really pin down everybody's end-of-the-year performance.
Well,
Can't-
we could actually have a player lose in one of their pools and still win the tournament.
Absolutely. Yep, I could easily see a 3-way 2-in-1 tie in neither bracket, but particularly the other one.
8, serving 11.
You just don't want Charlie to get comfortable in the service box.
There's a nice one.
I mean, Nadi has a lot of spin on that return.
That's something he's developed. Charlie's still maintaining control of the point, but taking something off it with spin, hitting the middle of the front wall. And nice thing to do on a
9,
tough
serving
serve.
11.
That's a terrible shot from Nadi, and somehow
Point.
Charlie hit it right back to Nadi to stuck out his hand, and now we're at 10-11.
Yeah, as you said, missed a
10,
big opportunity
7-11.
there. Big back wall set up off the serve and did not capitalize.
Over.
Nadi trying to thread that needle over to that right corner. I mean, he has to be exactly perfect to get that side out. If not, Charlie just steps in and pounds the ball. Charlie Shanks
10, serving 11.
from the handball club Clan Aaron near Belfast in the northern part of Ireland, and he has a ton of fans watching in the Emerald Isle right now, John.
Watching but not listening.
Well, they can hear the volume.
I heard
Nadi
that.
just overmatched right there on that power
Yep.
from Charlie.
Well, I never get tired of old jokes, but I heard they'd mute us.
Yeah, they don't listen to you.
11 up.
There is going to be a timeout here. We're all together at 11. Timeouts are only 30 seconds.
That's a good idea. You're on this tight 1-hour schedule and you're cramming in the 15 points. I like you and the referees being right on top of all these timeouts and breaks in the action. Keep things moving here.
In between games, only 3 minutes. Give you enough time to jump into the swimming pool from the balcony. Now, I don't know in your day, John, here, if you were able to, somebody actually did try that, or if
What's
they...
that?
It rings a bell. It rings a bell.
Yeah, I know somebody had to have done it. It rings a bell. Nice.
Nadi getting.
Do we still get 2 minutes for equipment?
Yes.
Handball one.
Andy Net is talking to our lead referee, asking him if there's still a 2-minute equipment change, but
And the interpretation was 2 for gloves, 1 for headband. What are shirts on? 1.5?
45 seconds.
45 seconds, okay.
You know how like a lot of people are trying to change it to where you have to play at the server's pace. This is
Stays
the
at 1 minute, so next time we 1 minute.
the pace of the player changing the shirt. So if he has to change a shirt and it's going to only take 45 seconds, then once he's done, then play starts back again. You can't actually look to the referee to continually watch that clock count all the way out to 2 minutes.
Like
It's at the player's
Okay, time's in. Charlie serving.
request or speed. We're all together at 11. We're going to 15. Win by 2.
These
And
guys.
that's just the first game. The second game also played to 15 breaker to 11.
Serving 11.
Picking up right where they left off. A phenomenal second game in Houston as far as being close. Only wants that one back.
Charlie
12,
just
serves 11.
hanging strong right here, John.
Short.
He's definitely, one thing I noticed he improved from last year is
Second serve.
more ability to win and compete without his razor sharp A game. I mean, when he wasn't on last year, he had a couple of unimpressive matches. But today you can see he's not locked in, but he's doing what it takes to stay there.
Oh, he's grinding. He's grinding his way in. Right there was just I don't know how he missed
11,
that shot,
serving
but he just
12.
barely did. The laser to the front wall skipped in, 11 to 12, Nadi serving. Nadi was down 2 to 4.
What happened?
That was a
Oh,
flat
good.
ace rollout on the crack.
I called it good. I called it good. I called it good. Both agree.
Looked good from this angle.
Charlie just wishes there was one Irish
12,
guy
12.
here to help him.
Short.
That's. Oh, he's got Andy Shad. He's got the
Both agree.
Well, you
Second
can't-
finest
serve.
man in all of America.
Yeah,
the
that's
linesman,
one of the
so.
nicest guys you'll ever meet. That ball sounded like it snapped in half, but I know you hate when I say that. Look at that
Boy.
shot from Nadi, dug out though, from
Oh.
Charlie Shanks. Boy, Nadi almost won that rally
I thought he
twice.
went up this way first.
This is where I was talking about Nadi playing Charlie. He had a
12,
clear
serving
path to the
12.
sideline, but he decided to try and get the serve back and kind of rush Charlie. And he did not fall for it. Oh,
Well, it's getting late in this match to start making errors like that. Charlie serving at 13 to 12.
13, serving 12.
good shot at 14 here. Boy, it's an educated scrambling shot there by Nadi. A few in a row.
Oh, and Nadi just skips that ball in. Game point now for Charlie
30
Shanks and a timeout called from Nadi Alvarado. Those guys were just both putting that ball in the exact spot that would make it the hardest back wall kill opportunity. And Nadi went for it and just barely skipped it in. Nadi would have been serving at 12 to 13. Instead, he finds himself game point down. Charlie serving here at 14 to 12. And a quick timeout from El Tigre, Nadi Alvarado Jr. We're at the Washington Athletic Club for the Players' Championship. You're watching continued coverage of the World Players of Handball alongside Hall of Famer John Bike and #1 seed in the senior bracket. My name is Dave Vincent. John, you toured a little bit here on the senior tour, and you are the #1 seed. There's pretty big money in this. And I
haven't seen it published. I've
think
heard
it's
rumors. Is it like 5,000?
It's something like that. And I was just wondering if I could get a verbal commitment. Let's say you were to go on and win this senior event. Could you donate all of that back?
All of it. You know what? We'll split what I think we should give back and what my wonderful wife, more pragmatic wife, would like to give back. And
Okay.
she'd
well,
actually wanted double prize money, so it equals to 0. If I want to give it all back, and she thinks it should be twice as high as it actually is,
then
then
we'll
we
write
br-
a check to your wife.
we'll just
That's
break
how it
even.
works
Well,
out.
that works out that way anyway.
That's
So
a
that
good
kind of
point.
negates the.
I actually already have it listed as Lupita on my register here.
Game in, 14, serving 12.
Here it is, game point, serves 12.
It came up for him.
Naughty's dangerous here.
Go for it. Nope. There it is. No, that could have been a hinder, but excellent return by Shanks.
Hold it,
That's
over.
Exciting rally.
Both of those guys had opportunities to do something better than what they did there to end that rally. I thought Naughty had two good, really one good opportunity. I think he overhit.
14, serving 12.
Wow, that's the front to back.
Still in it. First game to Shanks.
And there's a fist pump from Charlie Shanks. You don't think this is emotional?
2 minutes.
Well, it is. And Charlie Shanks takes down Naughty Alvarado 15-12. We're also going to take a quick break here in the booth. We'll be back in, we'll call it a minute or two. Let's say 2 minutes, John. These are only 3-minute breaks.
Right.
So we'll be back in 2 minutes. Stick around for John Bike, Dave Vincent here for the Players' Championship. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
What's that? Thank you. Yeah, yeah.
It's Timothy Green's first day at school.
What's in there? He's about to fall over.
Anything he might need. There's a box of tissues on the bottom and some Band-Aids. There's a whole first aid kit, actually.
Mom, I can handle it from here.
You don't have to be perfect
Have a great day.
That's too much pressure.
Have the day you have.
to be a perfect parent.
There are two people in the world who want you more than anything. They'll make some mistakes, but they will love you more than you can ever imagine.
There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
My name is Bruce Fabrizio. In 1975, I invented Simple Green based on 3 principles. It had to be safer to use, it had to work, and it had to be completely made in America. From generation to generation, Simple Green has been cleaning everything from car engines and tools to kitchen counters and floors. No matter what you clean, indoors or outdoors, clean it with non-toxic, biodegradable Simple Green.
Rethink what you know about this Vegas icon. Elevate your expectations at the Stratosphere Hotel, Casino, and Tower. See what's new, up, down, and all around.
We saw Charlie Shanks defeat Naughty Alvarado in that first game 15-12, and really Charlie John didn't have it going early. Either that or Naughty just was playing him pretty tough, but Naughty certainly had that lead, and Charlie came back to tie him and then went on to take that win. Is that going to be emotional for Naughty, you believe? Is he that type of player where if he loses the first game, he's down on himself, or does he just fight till the end?
No, he's very, very focused now. He's learned so much about the art of competing, and as I said, he won't beat himself. and same thing can be said now for Charlie. For a very gritty effort. Execution was average. He might say subpar, but he fought, did what he had to do to take that game.
Well, here we go. We're getting ready for game number 2, the Players' Championship in Seattle, Washington. Nadi Alvarado losing that first one, 12-15. Referee is Andy Nett. Charlie Shanks will be serving first here. Now, a Nadi Alvarado loss in this round doesn't mean that he's out of the tournament.
We have.
That's right. You were saying the way these matchups go, everyone in this bracket could beat each other, and mostly they haven't?
Yeah, I mean, they all go back and forth. Nadi gets that quick side out. They played each other in Houston in the finals, where Charlie Shanks defeated Nadi Alvarado in that second game, 18-16. It was a two-game format with a tiebreaker to 11 for the third game. Played to 15. Nadi forced overtime with Charlie Shanks at that second game and ended up losing 18-16 in Houston.
And did Emmett actually beat Charlie once this year? There was some reason. Was it Tucson or?
Yeah, I believe it was. It was in Tucson for 5th place.
Oh, okay.
It was a one-game match to 25, and Charlie also lost to Andy Nett.
How about that?
Even though Andy's not in his pool, but nonetheless.
Hold it over.
And when you say Nadi has a tendency to play the opponent.
Not that. Well, that was hit right at him, so that was that wouldn't have been that case there, but a ball off to his side, if he can somehow show some kind of interference, he might not take the most direct route to the side.
Charlie Shanks
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, I'm just saying Charlie has really developed that left hand of his.
Yeah, these matches you always had the feeling that just either one of these guys could go on an unstoppable run.
Nadi Alvarado stepping into the server's box.
0, serving 2.
Court sounds are really loud here, which is good. I'm not trying to get our engineer to turn them down. I'm just meaning they're just makes this game sound so much more exciting. So clear.
Production value is just steadily increasing here in this operation.
2, serving 0.
We'll see how this color commentator by committee goes. I'm reading over your schedule here, and
you remember back when I would book hotel rooms for the players, and I would put certain people in certain rooms because I knew that they didn't really get along with each other. It was called Hotel Matchups. It was a little game I played. Well, I'm doing that in the broadcast booth.
He's bringing it to the webcast.
People that hate each other. People that overly like each other.
Hit you on your visor?
I'm just a last-second fill-in here. No, this wasn't even planned. This was Andy Nett's boot.
3,
well, our first match had the referee as a no-show.
It's off to a good start.
The announcer as a no-show.
Charlie finally establishes one to the left at off the back wall, and that's going to make every serve from here on out a little bit tougher.
Shanks taking this very serious.
4, serving 0.
As he should. 4-0. We are not in the tiebreaker, by the way, even though the scoreboard says so. We're in game number 2.
It's hard for me to tell for sure. There's just a few balls like that that I thought may have had back wall
5,
plays on.
0.
That's a big setup to Charlie's left. Nadi was fooled just a little bit there. Charlie's just rolling right now, 6-0 here in game number 2.
Come on, Nadi.
First time out for Alvarado.
Charlie Shanks wins the first one, 15-12. right now he's just rolling through Nadi Alvarado here in game 2. And the way it's all set up with these different pools, John, is the player has to score points. I mean, that's a way of breaking ties. So if there are 3 out of the 4 players in one of their pools tied at 2 wins and 1 loss, which could happen, they could then, the first tiebreaker is not head-to-head matchups. First tiebreaker is actual total points scored in the first 2 games only. And if it does go overtime, the score is 15-14 no matter what.
For the tiebreaker.
For the tiebreaker.
Okay. Right, makes sense.
But we don't calculate the actual tiebreaker itself, so it's the first 2 games. So Nadi's going to, if he feels like it's going to be a loss, he's going to have to try to at least score some points because it could help him in the future. You know, we're early because we've seen Nadi rattle off 8 straight points against Charlie before, so.
That's one Nadi's going to have to make Shanks pay when he leaves it up high like that. That's
7, serving 0.
He's got to be kicking himself. Charlie looking very comfortable now.
Ball's broke.
That ball broke there.
All right.
And there's going to be a lot of broken balls here. This court is so solid. Very well could be one of the most solid handball facilities that you could ever play on. I know Los Cav is also very solid.
And probably, with Nadi and Paul coming through like this, probably the strongest field in the history of the race for 8.
Oh, certainly.
Brady alone puts it in the discussion. And we pretty much have everyone else.
Yeah, I guess we'd only be really missing Robbie McCarthy, but
Martin Mulcairns took care of that.
Robin took him off the list.
7,
Martin did.
serving 0.
I call him Robin from Batman and Robin because he looks like Robin.
Oh, that's close. And that's
8, serving 0.
And that's the height. That's the one you hope Charlie doesn't get going if you're his opponent. That ball that actually
serving 0.
pops up off the front wall.
Oh, this new ball is just playing right into Charlie's mojo. Seems everything Charlie's hitting is just 1 inch high. Nadi's going to have to do everything he can just to score a point here in game number 2. Charlie's
10,
rolling.
serving 0.
Yeah, we've seen Charlie on these kind of runs before.
Wow. I was short, but I mean, it was short by 3 inches, but that ball hopped.
All right, second serve.
That was like a 4 foot,
like a
90 mile per hour hook. Doesn't matter.
This is where Charlie's hard to beat.
Charlie's got the serve down now. This is a serving clinic.
Although, you know, he and Moreno kind of traded runs like this in Denver. And see if Nadi can get something going.
Charlie tells Nadi, nice shot. Charlie appreciates good corner
0,
play.
serving 11.
Now, John, I don't want to be the first person to announce this, but I guess I am. Tonight, after everything is said and done, we're going to be at the Sports Lounge on, I don't know what floor, but I'm guessing floor 2?
I think that's right, yes.
Liar's Dice Championship.
Oh, I haven't qualified. I never played a qualifier.
Well,
it's Nadi's first
there
point.
might be an exception because you are a great liar. Nadi's now on the board.
Am I a automatic qualifier?
Well, if you have a bracket,
my legacy.
If you have a bracket named after you, the John Bike bracket, sort of grandfathered into any championship, and that's just a flat mouse right there from Charlie.
Just in case. Like you can't even pick this one up. You want to pick it up and hand it to me? Nope. I'm going to curve it away from you.
11, serving 1.
It's an amazing back wall shot from Charlie.
Good pace by Nadi there.
Charlie okay?
Boy, that would be something. I think he is. But Nadi got a little extra on that. Nice. The old competitive juice is still flowing. He drilled that ball.
1, serving 11.
Nadi, a couple of well-timed shots in a row here.
Oh, Charlie. Charlie. Little left-handed paddle right there for the side out.
And from deep in the court. That's out of most players' paddle range.
And a timeout from Charlie Shanks. You're watching the continued coverage from the World Players of Handball at the Washington Athletic Club for the Players' Championship. My name is Dave Vincent. Next to me, John Bike, that great front wall camera angle looking back. It's actually just a GoPro 2 Hero.
Were you serious? You wanted me to wear that today?
We were thinking about doing that, getting a little wireless receiver and
good substitute for eye guards.
It's a great venue to have these championships here. Nadi Alvarado coming in as the oldest player at the age of 40, or going to be 40 here. I know his birthday's soon.
40 in August. Don't miss it. Actually, have you been invited?
I know, but I feel bad
if
for
I had
you for bringing it up.
If it were up to me,
if it were up to me, they'd lift that band at our family vacations, but they're not going to.
More of a passive thing. It's not an out-and-out band.
11, serving 1.
We just don't bring up your name anymore after what happened at New Year's and my 40th.
Thanks again.
Charlie's just rolling now.
12, serving 1.
Oh, that's another great one.
That's not good.
Putting all of his serves right on or near his target.
13, serving 1. Long. Second serve.
And I see the spreadsheet is already, you've got Nadi's point total too. That's something.
Well, I just updated as he gets another point. He might not. Here we go, 14. This is match point for Charlie Shanks. And immediately, we are going to go to the sideline reporter who will have Charlie Shanks on camera here. So stick around. 14 serves 1. Should be a side out here, and it is. Nadi just breaks right over the top of that ball. We've seen that 1,000 times from him.
Fighting for every point, as the format dictates.
1, serving 14. Short.
Nadi wearing the knee bands on both knees, I just noticed.
I saw that. I think the older you get, the more things you have on your joints.
Hope he extends this a little. I had a funny story about our dungeon matches with Watkins and Robles. And I went for an MRI, and they asked for a group rate. We're thinking like, yes, we'd like 6 hips, 6 knees, 5 shoulders, please. Get it all done, because we don't need John's right, but other than that,
That's true. Everybody in your little party there.
I thought that was a funny story.
Well, it is a great story. I love it.
I don't care who you are.
No, but seriously, would they give you a group rate if you brought more clients in? I mean, it's only about, what, $60,000 in the doctor's pocket every time he makes one of those replacements?
Get a handball foursome in there and feed the family.
Buy a vacation home.
14, serving 1.
Here it is, game and match point. This is the opening round, pool 1, round 1. Charlie trying to get that last point so he can go rest. And that ball was just a weird bad bounce in the corner.
That door is in a spot where in high quality matches there will be a fair amount of bad bounces.
Beautiful camera angle there. So clear. That ball hit Nadi. That's the second time we've seen that.
Thank you.
I've not ever seen Nadi get hit with a big setup. It's happened twice.
14, serving 1.
There it is. Charlie Shanks takes down Nadi Alvarado 15-1 after winning the first one 15-12. Charlie Shanks will now be heading out of the court for a brief moment, but we're going to try to hopefully get him back into the court here with our sideline reporter. You're watching the Players' Championship. This is the opening round, pool number 1, and round number 1, as we have Emmett Peixote and David Fink coming up next. Let us go now courtside with
Charlie. What a
Tracy.
great win there. Great performance. You started off a little just trying to find your groove, and then after game 1, you saw that fist pump, you were charged. What were your thoughts going into game 2?
Game 2 was a lot more settled. You know, it's very tough playing a first round match, and not alone playing someone like Nadia Alvarado in the first round is it's a tough start. So I think both of us, well, probably more so me, I got the stiffness, the tightness, the nerves out of the system a lot quicker than he did, and got my serve on, got the kills on, and done the business, you know.
Fantastic. And so now you're ready for game 2 at 6 p.m. How are you going to kind of use your downtime to prepare for that match?
Just go grab a bite to eat and get some rest, and bite to eat, some rest, and go again at 6. Emmett Peixote, so it's going to be a long match. You know, he likes to retrieve, so it's going to be he's going to be getting the serves back, he's going to be getting the kills back, so it's going to be a lot of good serves, a lot of good kills, and you know, a lot of good rallies.
Well, great. Congratulations on this match. We're looking forward to watching you play your next match, and good luck in that one, and thanks a lot. Dave, back to you.
Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, interesting, you know, Charlie and some of these guys, you kind of hear from their camps when they're a little frustrated, John, because they look at their opening round match, and everybody's opening round match is actually difficult, but that's sort of what this is. We only have 8 players, right. the 8 best players on tour right now. Look at Sean Linning. His opening round is up against Paul Brady. Luis Moreno goes up against Andy Nett. Charlie Shanks has to play up against Nadia Alvarado, and then David Fink is going up against Emmett Peixote. Look at that first round match. One of those guys, in a lot of, you know, in a sort of a way, is eliminated from the tournament in a traditional format. So these guys, they feel frustrated that they have to play somebody so strong, but what else is there? There's only 8 players.
Yeah, and the good side to it is yeah, you're right. There's no escaping it, first of all, and then, boy, he's really just put himself in the driver's seat. A convincing win like that against a great opponent. I mean, Charlie took care of his business eventually. He's in great shape right now.
I actually felt that Charlie had a chance of losing that match against Nadia Alvarado just based on their past history, which would have been a terrible way for the #1 player in the world to start, but that's not what happened here. He won 15-12, and then he won 15-1, and he will now rest and go up against Emmett Peixote later this afternoon. Up next, though, it's David Fink and Emmett Peixote. We'll have that match live in about 7 minutes. You stick around. More action here for John Bike. My name is Dave Vincent. You're watching the Players' Championship at the World Players of Handball at racefor8.com.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
So, what's it gonna be? We could ride bikes, skating, movies, zoo, whatever you guys want to do.
Can we just do this?
Yeah. We could just do this.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
We are different. Society should aspire to be more like us.
Be part of the first class. Get energized. Get outside.
Hold on, guys. It's gonna get bumpy.
And get moving. Experience the power of physical activity. Join the movement at ActionHeroAlliance.com.